Okay. I got the camera showing us daylight. Excellent. First, I need to take this over to the fuel station. And you confirmed, Joe, that you left it in South Dock? Oh, I did, yes, sir. Thank you. Right smack dab in the middle of it. Can't be better. All right, you're clear. But as you leave, we'll have to coordinate. All right, so you'll have to back away so I can see the photo. Okay. Matt? Okay, Mark. Can you see the antenna? And not quite. Yes, now we see it. It's nice and centered, and we're following the cable as it goes up to the top and moving across.
The small cone is the antenna for the floating potential probe installed on the Unity module and the cable now in view.
Excellent. That's good. All right. So now I'll help Joe with some straps here. Well, there's only one left. Oh, is that right? Well, maybe those two. I think I loosened that bottom one down there, too. So get the two on your side. And have we reattached the ECOM cable? Oh, yeah. It's re-secured. Okay, so we're just about done there. Yeah, two wire ties. We released two. We secured two. And I'm going back into the node bag. Okay. And those all look tight. So, Mark, I guess I'm heading back. Oh, stop. Okay, go back down. Back down where you were. Oh, what's up? We knew this was going to be a problem. Yeah, my tether is in between your safer and your FLIS. Okay. I'll just hold still. Yeah. Yeah, we always knew this was tight because of those tethering. And unfortunately, this fuel stanchion doesn't help the situation because I can't rotate. I'll tell you what, there we are. All right. And I'm going to avoid this whole issue. Okay, now, go ahead and back out of the scene here. Okay. Where are you? I'm above you. Okay. Actually, behind you right now. Am I hitting you? No, you're heading back to a fish. Oh, doing different. That's audio adjustment. Go ahead, the tool station. Really? Put your feet station forward and keep that width antenna in your and parallel to the axis of the entity. And keep that width antenna or the antenna in your field of view and then translate that way. Like this? Yeah, you got to go more station aft or forward. Oh, okay, I got you. Like this. Yeah, it's a tight fit. Yeah, it would be. Okay, now you are clear of everything here. All right. I'm having a moment, Mark. I understand. You deserve it. Well, here's an interesting thing that the shuttle guys might be interested in. There's still a little butcher paper on the RCS jet. Is there? Amazing that it survives that whole lunch. It is. There's, I'll take a picture of this for him.
Endeavor above Argentina, the Argentine coast of the Atlantic Ocean.
You guys, as you come back around the node, hopefully before sunset. I thought all that stuff was off. Of course, it burns off an entry. All my friends down at the Cape. But I have many. And wait a second, get a little better lighting. Okay, where'd you next, Mark? The next place is for you to go back and retrieve the SBP. Okay. You're both down for that, but I guess it's going to be a sort of a coordinated effort as you head back up. All right, take your time. Yep. I'm going to grab the crew lock bag and Tim stow it by the TSA while I do this. Fantastic idea. Okay. That way we'll clobber the path when we go by later. And Houston Endeavor, just while Carlos and Joe get ready to go install the FPP, can you verify that we have BGA inhibits?
Stand by 1, Mark. And Endeavor Houston for Mark. The inhibits are in place.
Copy, Houston. Okay, now I got good lighting. Okay, Mark, back into the node bag. Copy. And all these straps are tight. Node bag is nice and secure. Joe, can you look through the window? Yeah. Listen. And Carlos, when you get around to the FPP, we'd like to take a shot through the back window of you. Okay, you see me in the overhead? Oh, yes, just stay there for a second, too. Turn off your helmet light. Okay. All right, now, go for it. One more. Good.
In view the overhead windows of Endeavor's crew cabin, this a view from the helmet-mounted television camera on Carlos Noriega's spacesuit.
Ashley, do you have enough light? See my face if I raise my face? We can see Joe's face very well this time, unlike the previous picture. How about now with me as well? Okay, we'll try that.
On board Endeavor, the two spacewalkers have been outside the shuttle cabin approaching 3 hours now, 2 hours 57 minutes exactly after starting the spacewalk at about 10:13 a.m. Central Time this morning. All activities have gone very smoothly for them, completing the first primary objective for the spacewalk, repairing the tensioning mechanism on the starboard solar array blanket on the International Space Station very quickly, within about an hour, under an hour and a half after they have been outside and begun their spacewalk. They had completed repairing that fully. That now working just as planned, taut, and with all flight controllers very pleased with its performance. The crews also completed installing a cable for a centerline camera that will serve as a visual cue for the attachment of a laboratory on the next shuttle flight to the station, launching in January 2001, and an antenna for a piece of equipment they'll now turn to installing atop the International Space Station, that called the Floating Potential Probe, equipment that will characterize the electrical environment around the exterior of the station. It is connected to an antenna that the crew has just set up on the Unity module just above Endeavour's cargo bay that will transmit the data it gathers to controllers and the crew on board the station.
Mark, maybe they should hold on to the PGT for the whip antennas later. For the whip antennas. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's what we wanted to hear. What we wanted to hear. That Bill's okay after all. Yeah. Okay, what do you say about him, Joe? I didn't say anything bad. You're a hardy guy.
That calls adding some tasks to the spacewalk plans for Tanner and Noriega, some additional tasks as they continue well ahead of their schedule on what had planned to be a 6-hour spacewalk, approaching their final task now at 3 hours into the spacewalk. That additional task after they complete installing the Floating Potential Probe atop the International Space Station will be to install some wireless instrumentation system antennas on the exterior of the station.
In spite of all the maneuverings, et cetera, that we've been doing, we're still positive in the forward.
Oh, that's great. All right. Tell everybody on the ground thanks. I appreciate it.
They know that you do.
Joe, how much longer are you going to be? I'm just putting the board back in the bag right now. Let's look in the window. Shouldn't be too much longer. Okay, board's back in pouch E. Hold on. Just talking to Carlos. Up quarter turns. I did make the quarter turns on the aux bag, however. And they're not that hard to... Hey, yellow thing's still in the lens, Brett. Tag. Photo TV there. Okay, Mark, your call. Okay. The next step would be for you to go retrieve the FPP. Okay. I'm coming. Let's see. I think I could tuck a camera on my swing arm. I can too. What do you think, Mark? I'm sorry, Carlos? What do you think about the idea of me grabbing a camera from the airlock? I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I've been snapping pictures, and we've got some closeout requirements, so I'm Carlos. Yeah, and if you come down there, and then we basically start the MCC procedure from the beginning. That's correct.
Endeavor Houston for IB Mark.
Go ahead.
We heard you talking about taking pictures, and just as a heads up, when EV1 and 2 get out on top, we're going to ask for them to take a couple pictures of the 4-bar linkages, so sort of save a little bit of film for that.
Okay, we'll do that. Good. Well, that's a good reason to have that lens anyway. Yep. I've got the 28 today.
The shuttle station complex now moving into sunset as it approaches the coast of North Africa.
The sun will be going down in 2 minutes. Thank you. Speaking of that, I'm going to take your tether and hook it down low underneath the handrail. 0132. Mm-hmm. So that I can go over it easily. Okay. I'm on the way back upwards. Alright, now, I think you BRT to one of those handholds there. This one right here? No, come up higher. That's what I think you do. Higher than this? No, get yourself so that you can get at the, but you're going to have to release. Oh, I got you. I think this will work. fix your toolbox here for a second, then you start to work. Yeah, nice job. Well, you're in between your two centers with the BRT. Yeah. Okay. Okay, he's tethered to the stanchion mark, and he's going to release it and rotate it over so that I can BRT to the handhold on the top of FPP, and then Carlos will release the ECOM. Okay, and I'm going to be pretty blind the whole time. All right, is there a better position? Well, once you're BRT to it, you can kind of move it out of the way with the whole thing, and I can reposition myself. Yeah. I'll tell you what we might do is, once you hand it to me, get the something you have control over it, then you can reposition. Okay, you don't want a BRT with it still attached? Well, I do, but I want to make sure you see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, it's coming up. Okay. Okay, we see it disconnected. All right, swing her up here to me. Give me out your left corner, corner of your eye. Yeah. All right, I have the stanchion. Okay. Get control of it. Yes, I think I might relocate to one lower. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I don't even need the BRT. Okay, now I can watch you. All right, now I'm going to give you back the pro stanchion. Okay, let me get up a little higher here. Keep an eye on me. And while you're there, you should recheck all those Velcro tabs. Uh-huh. Tethered, good. Hold on a second. Okay, now I'm going to push against you a little bit. That's it. You locked hooks. Wasn't much of a push. Well, got to be gentle, I reckon. Okay, now, can you pull it towards you to undo the ECOM? Yeah. I'm going to have to come towards you. Okay, you ready to pull? Yep. All yours. Let me back away and I'll put this on my... Okay. All right. Critique my... Let's give me a minute to put it on my BRT. Okay. joints are tight. You ready for me to stay right where it is? How's that look? Great. Or actually, before you put it down by your leg. Hand it straight down along your leg. That'll be better. Yeah, now, there you go. That's what you did before, and that's great. That's it? Yeah, just tighten the falls back and just, it'll stay there. Okay. And where are you? Okay, see it all the way behind you. Is that good? Yes. Just start bashing away, and I will rotate my body so I can follow you bashing that. Second. Okay. That's too far, didn't I? Got lost for a second. Huh? I got lost for a second. So did I. Okay, don't get too close to me. Right. You like to see? Oh, you're clear of everything. Is it staying steady?
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours and 15 minutes into their work outside the Space Shuttle Endeavour and the International Space Station. Astronauts Joe Tanner and Carlos Noriega are turning to one of the last tasks planned for their spacewalk, actually the last pre-planned task for their spacewalk.
Yes, Shannon, I just wanted to confirm that in the message 104 Bravo, which is the EVA timeline, that some of the steps for EV1 and EV2 are reversed under on page 5 for installation of the SPP.
Stand by one, Mark.
Okay, what? Pull your tether. You're well clear of everything. Okay, I'm just running your tether. Yep, my lap here. I'll just hold here until you're a little farther down, and you put my tether up on top of me one or something like that.
For this task at hand, installing a piece of equipment called the Floating Potential Probe, the crew will take the probe in pieces. The solar rays are not attached to it, as this is a picture of the finished probe put together just prior to its launch from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The arrays will not be attached. They'll be carrying up the probe in some pieces to the top of the International Space Station. At the top of the station, they'll install it on a stanchion in between the two solar rays, then install the appendages, the solar rays, and the probes to the major piece of equipment in the middle. And it will provide measurements that will help characterize the electrical environment around the International Space Station, around the exterior of the station in low Earth orbit. Transmitting that information via an antenna that was already installed by the crew on the Unity module just above Endeavour's payload bay, transmitting information on the electrical environment to ground controllers and to the crew on board the station to better characterize that environment around the solar arrays. And this is the last major task planned for the crew, although they may do some get-ahead tasks at the end of the spacewalk, including installing more small cone-shaped antennas around the station that are involved with the wireless instrumentation system for the station.
Mark, IV, we think that in message 104 Bravo on page 5, that the message is correct. It's written that EV1 should be on WIF 38 and EV2 on 31.
Actually, he's not in a APFR at all. Yeah. Yeah, and I was also referring to the deletions and some of the changes in the steps. I think I lied about my tether. It's not retracting very well. It is. We know what we're doing, Mark. Yeah, and I think I'm clear as well. Disregard Houston.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Clear the interface.
Copy. Clear the interface. We're following you up as best we can with camera Bravo. Copy.
Okay, Mark, I've arrived at 38, and I need to make some adjustments to it.
Yes, sir. Stand by and I'll give you the numbers.
I think it's just a roll, but
Yes, I believe you're right. At T638, I think the setup is clocking 10, Romeo, Romeo, Lima 12.
no, that's what it started out at.
Okay, that's what you started off with. I'm sorry.
Should be either Echo or Foxtrot.
Okay, it's Echo.
All right, Echo will do.
Sorry, I was in the wrong part of the procedure.
Okay. This looks just like it should. Yeah, I was waiting for you, Carl. Okay. So we can use the 4-bar and the microconical on the ECU for egress later. Okay, I think you're in a good spot. Tell me, right here, and I'll watch you. Yeah, street clear of everything. Okay. Good. Did I yaw that thing? I think I yawed it. Did the yaw again, Mark?
You're talking about the MPP?
Yeah, the yaw on the foot thing.
Just a sec. I can't quite see it.
No,
I'm sorry. You're asking me for the reading on the yaw?
Yeah, I think I kicked it.
12.
Yeah, that looks better right there, doesn't it? Yeah, looks good. Okay. Okay, Joe, nice and slow. Am I close at all to anything? Not if you get a no right orientation for the vehicle. Okay. How about that? Okay, now you're clear of everything. Okay, I'm in. Okay. Leaning back. Lean back slowly. You want to pull it out a little bit towards me so it's not so close to the banister. Too far behind me now, huh?
It's a little bit behind you now, Joe.
That's perfect right there. Okay, on this one, the clocking doesn't really matter. Or did you want to start anywhere in particular? No, I have no preference. Black on black. Black. Give it a full test. Just now straight tether to it for now. Now tether to the work site.
And Carlos, you're going to install the grounding strap bit pin?
Yes. Yes, I get it done. Okay, Mark, I have removed one of my retractable tethers tethered to the work site just for, as a precaution later on when we're spinning it. Okay, Joe?
Copy.
Okay, Carlos, the grab strap is going over expansion. You have it? Okay, Mark. Rotated about 90 degrees here. I'm going to, from its natural location, or orientation, actually. Insert it into the decom socket.
Copy.
Black on black, locked. Full check is good.
Copy.
Okay. Ground strap is in, looks like. Ground strap is in. I disconnected my tether and I want to fix the ground strap a little bit for a second.
Okay, and we saw that on WBS, Carlos.
Okay, Mark, I think the first thing is removing probe B. Verified B. Okay, going to install probe B, Mark.
Copy, Pro B. Carlos, when you have a chance, if we could use you a little bit as a camera, that would be great.
Okay. Let me just put the tether back on the stanchion.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, for lunch.
Trail mixer.
Okay, B is installed. I got a good clip. Removing my tether from it.
Copy. Pro B.
Okay. The only problem with okay, I'm watching the work site. Okay, now here's the tether. And I'm going to swing the box.
This television showing the floating potential probe being installed atop the International Space Station, complete with the outline of an evergreen tree on the thermal covering for the probe. That done in keeping with the tradition for construction work here on Earth, and of construction workers placing an evergreen tree on top a finished structure.
Yeah, got the tether in your hand also. Makes it a lot easier that way, doesn't it? Yeah. It does pull. Okay, probe A, and the condition looks good.
Copy.
While you're sitting there, why don't you take a look at that solar array? Think of it. I think it looks just like it did before. Good. No damage.
Good from here.
All right, probe A is inserted. see next? Do you want me to send it to you for now? Okay, we're ready to... You want me to put the tether on 3 for you? Yeah, go ahead. Rotate.
And Houston, Denver, are you able to get payload 3 on KU?
Okay, your tether check. I'll move your arm out of the way.
And Endeavor, Houston, that's affirmative.
Okay, so you're right there with us.
We are right there with you. And Endeavor, Houston, we have KU till 1702, and we're looking through Carlos's camera.
Copy.
We've been on 3.5 hours, no? Okay. All right. Now is the big rotation. Okay. All right. I've got a good visual on you.
Endeavour and the International Space Station are 235 miles above nighttime Russia at present.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to over-rotate. All right. Okay. Once you get in the soft dock, it is in the soft dock. You just get out of the way. All right. And get so you can monitor.
Astronauts Joe Tanner and Carlos Noriega are 3.5 hours into their third spacewalk of the week.
Okay, that's good enough for C. All right. I'll just monitor from right here.
Carlos, if it was possible for you to tilt up a bit, that's good. A little bit more, it would be even better.
That's about as much as my legs will allow.
Okay.
In keeping with the tradition of construction work on Earth,
Are you using the center or the side?
Tanner and Noriega have a
Good one.
Okay.
evergreen tree emblazoned on the thermal protection for the floating potential probe experiment they are installing, to signify the completion of a construction project as is done on Earth.
That's it.
We're switching.
Okay, I'm tethered. Good, and I'm pulling it out the sleeve. All right.
And do you have your light on, Carlos, on the left side?
I do.
Okay, we're opening the lens now. That's good. That's great. Excellent.
Everything looks good on the... All right.
That's perfect, Carlos.
All right.
And, Carlos, if you still have any room to tip up.
Joe Tanner now installing solar arrays onto the floating potential probe, again a device that will measure the electrical environment around the exterior of the International Space Station.
See his foot in. Should have a light now. Throw in the bar. That looks good. That looks like a good lock. And just give a light on it. Right. What happened there? There is a lot of flex in the whip. So. Okay, I think I'm also still in soft spot. That's okay. We got to rotate again anyway. Okay, you never pushed it all the way out? I thought I did, but apparently I did not. No, I did. You're gonna have to get in there. Okay. I'm gonna go back in. All right. This time I'm going in from above. This is my hand. There's right here. All right. Oh, let me untether from this because if I don't do it now. You know, I did leave it in soft dock, and that wasn't a bad idea. Oh yeah, still in soft dock. You can keep rotating. Oh, but wait a second. I need to move the ground cable or else you'll crush it. Okay. I won't do that. Yeah. Watch my head. Maybe that's why I didn't get it in there. Yeah. Am I clear? Yeah. Okay. I've got my hand between you and the array. They're wrapped all the way around? Yeah. Okay, pull it out a little bit. Okay. Nope, any damage to the ground wire. Okay, yeah, I didn't understand that. But you get it out all the way from underneath there. Let's not worry about it. Oh, I'd have to go underneath it to get it out. So you're true. No, you can come closer. I won't let you touch it here. You got about a foot clearance. Okay, I'm much happier with that. All right, I was just trying to. This is our final. Must have a snag hazard. Our final location. So can you get back and tell me if that is the right orientation? Okay, that was pretty parallel to the mass canister to me. Okay. How come it didn't want to insert? May not be at one of the clock settings. There. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Hey, that looks, black on black. How is it? That looks perfect to me. Great. Hey, Mark, are you seeing the probes in this view?
We are seeing one of the probes and one of the panels, the probe that's on the other side from Joe, and we're seeing the panel that's closest to you. The pizza box is sort of covering up things a little bit.
Okay, well, what I wanted you to note was the distance from the probe to the large connectors on the back of the broom. It's not an issue, but they are about a foot away, maybe 15 inches.
Okay, and we do see both of the probes, and we sort of have a feeling. You say it's about 15 inches to the broom from the tip of the probes?
Yeah. How long are the probes again? Well, they're with the stanchion and or the latch mechanism and everything, they're probably 18 inches. Okay, so it's under a foot, then it's about 9 inches.
Okay, we see that.
That's got to be good. Yep, it's got to be good enough. All right, looking at D. I see no damage.
Astronaut Joe Tanner is now preparing to install the second of the two solar arrays that supply power to the floating potential probe.
Any motion from those cables coming out from them?
That's true. This is the biggest stretch I got right here. And actually, I haven't gone down to check the, the lights yet. Right. Is D in place? I see two flashing lights. The C and the D light.
Okay, copy. The C and the D lights are, that's lights 1 and 2.
Oh, it's C and P. Yeah, it's probes and
C and the probes. So what about light D? Or panel D?
Those still meeting.
Okay, right.
A little dyslexic there again. Taking this real careful, Mark.
We agree with that approach.
Okay, you should have a D light. Okay. Okay, I have 3 flashing lights.
Great news.
Only thing left to do is clean up this box. Got a BRT?
The floating potential probe is powered on. All that installation going just as planned, working well. And an equipment that will measure the electrical environment, to characterize the electrical environment around the exterior of the International Space Station, transmitting that data to flight controllers and to crews aboard the International Space Station, characterizing the electrical environment around the
Right.
International Space Station, and then a 240-foot long solar arrays that have been deployed by the crew of Endeavour.
Endeavour Houston for IB Mark.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, flight has a personal request of Carlos. He would like at some point when lighting with the probe for Carlos to look down from the top across the orbiter and get a shot in the Carlos cam that way.
Nighttime or daytime, Shannon?
I think he'd like whatever's best.
Daytime. I can do it now.
Okay?
Is that good enough?
No, we're looking at the IEA right now.
And Mark, do I have the 3?
Yeah, we're on the 3.5. Carlos said, so we just turned on the panel-based floods. It might take them a minute to come up, but I think in about a minute the sun should be coming up, so it might be a better shot.
Oh, beautiful.
And we agree.
Beautiful. Okay, now. Carlos, Mark. In keeping with a long-standing tradition of iron workers around the world for centuries, if you lift your arm up in honor of all the people who worked so hard to build structures in this building, then honor to the ultimate builder God in heaven, pop out this structure with this evergreen tree. No bad luck can fall on this building now. That's the tradition. Now looks nice, too. I got a good video shot of it, I hope, Brent.
It's outstanding, Carlos. We got Joe and the evergreen in the picture.
We topped her out, Joe. Topped it out.
Nice work.
Topped it out. Let me take a happy snap of this thing so everybody see what it looks like. I'll wait a little bit longer to get more sun on the array so it'll show up a little bit better. Let you take back up another. Oh, you got a camera too, I'm sorry. Ashley, can you arc back? Not that I know you in the picture, but I want to get a whole one of the FBP. Yeah. Looks nice. Hey, Joe, it'll probably be easier if you lean down and grab my tether than if I try to go for it.
I agree. Watch my head.
That's fine. Go as far as you want. Okay. on black, right?
3 hours, 45 minutes into the spacewalk by Joe Tanner and Carlos Noriega now as they have topped out the station, attaching an evergreen tree.
How many weeks total they work on this thing? Not very many. Dan, can you take your left camera and tip it up?
Attaching the floating potential probe.
For IV Mark, can you pass along to Carlos and Joe that construction workers everywhere would be very proud of them today.
Oh, thank you. Right, just a bit. It's an honor to be considered among them. Nice shot. Looks beautiful. Carlos, you going to be able to get to Bill's request? Yep, I'm doing that next. Okay, we're going to go back to the 3-5 on the center. Okay, I'm putting away the F5. Actually, let me do Bill's request. Let me get one shot of Joe real quick here.
Shuttle in the station in the early morning above the Southern Pacific, just to the east of the islands of Indonesia.
Hey, Joe, look down this way. Oh, I think you're going for a great shot. Not really, but it's a great shot. All right, it was that one down there that was unmarked before, right, Carlos? The beta gimbal. It's forward port. Station forward port. Yeah, on the starboard array, the port array was over here. The one that was partially engaged. It would be the farthest one below you. Yeah. Okay, well, first I want to get out of this APFR, but I want you to watch me do it. Okay. Yes, it's kind of hard to get out of it, as I recall. Okay. Yeah. You need a hand? Okay, your both feet are free. All right. Okay. You're good. Beautiful sight.
And Endeavour Houston from Mark IV, just as a reminder to Joe and Carlos, before they leave the top up there, we would like pictures of the 4-bar linkage lock, and then after that, they'll go to do the WIS antenna task, and then RTD task, and then any photo documentation that they desire.
Copy, Shannon, and they've already been talking about getting the 4-bar.
Okay.
We also got a good shot down the IEA, and we can see most of the FGB and the node. So if you could probably, I don't know if you can do this or not, but tilt your head up a little bit, or else we can go to the 6.5, and we can try just using a little bit right. About as high as I can tilt. Okay, that's a real nice shot of the orbiter. Let me try the 6 if you can just hold that. All right. Now, Carlos, I think the 3.5. If you could move your head to the right at all, that would help a little bit. But we understand if you can't. I can go to a different position, and that'll help. I'm wondering if you could get towards the forward face of the IEA. Okay. Yep, I want to go that way in a minute anyway. Okay. And fit in the 4-bar linkage whenever you think it. Right. Yeah, I'm translate around to get a better shot at maybe both of them without interfering with Shasta. And I suppose the 28 will be okay for that moment. Go in. Should be. If you get close, close. Okay, I want you to watch me translate here. Okay, watch each other. Check my backpack. Oh, you're well clear. Don't want to hit that thing. Work too hard. Get it there. Okay, you got about a foot of clearance on your foot. So if you come back, I'm going to have to wait for you. Okay. Actually, why don't you call me when you come back? Okay, that's good. Wow. Another moment. Looking straight down at the service module on the SCB with the aft radiator. And if you see any land, you're sort of between Australia and I think Papua New Guinea. Okay. Okay, Brent, how's this? That's great. We see the orbiter very well, and I'll just close the iris down a little bit. That's great. Hold that if you can.
That's a great shot, Carlos. Flight is very happy. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, let me know you're...
9 stories above the Spatial Endeavour from the helmet of astronaut Carlos Noriega.
This gives us a great idea of just how high up you guys are.
It gives me a great idea of how high I am. I bet. Yeah, it's a long way down there, that's for sure.
Yeah, even the arm looks far away. Okay, thanks very much.
The shuttle and station also 235 miles above the northeast coast of Australia.
All right, now, this is both a better lighting condition for this picture.
Carlos, did you by any chance bump your TV power?
I might if I was getting my visor. Okay, got it back on. If it doesn't come on, I might have double bumped the button.
Okay, try it again, please.
Okay.
This is a still image now. View above the Shuttle Endeavour, 9 stories above the shuttle.
Now, Joe, are you going to go look at both of them? Oh, you're already on mine, aren't you?
Yeah.
Did you think about my idea? Yeah, I will think about it. And I'll do it if I can. Maybe with a tether. Don't want to put your finger on it. Yeah. I just did it. Feel very low. Okay.
2 astronauts are approaching 4 hours into this, their 3rd spacewalk of the week.
Okay, Mark, what's next for me?
Let me just check with Joe. Joe, have you been photo documenting the 4-bar linkages?
I'm about to take the first picture right now.
Okay, and Carlos, are you near to any of them?
To get to the one that Joe's at, I would have to keep the gap between the shaft and the radiator, and since he's already there, I'd rather not.
Okay, I agree with that. Basically, at this point, we need to take APFRs down to Z1 as part of our cleanup, but we have a couple of WIS antennas to do, and also the sticker RTDs. There is a WIS antenna on the P6. That's possibly something you could do at this point.
Yeah, why don't I go do that?
Okay. And you know where that one is?
What, P6?
Yes.
Big time.
On board Endeavour, the crew passed just approaching 4 hours into this, the 3rd spacewalk of the week. All the activities going very well. The crew well ahead of schedule, completing their first primary objective, repairing the tensioning mechanism on the starboard solar array blanket in only about half the time that had been allotted for that task. that blanket in pristine condition now, and completing the other two tasks, installing a centerline camera cable for use on the next shuttle flight, and floating potential probe equipment that will measure the electrical environment around the station. All completed at this point. They're turning their attention to get-ahead tasks. Those get-ahead tasks include installing some antennas for the wireless instrumentation system on the station, and further preparations for the assembly missions to come.
Okay, Mark, if I could get settings from you.
Okay, I'm sorry, Carlos. A3, counterclockwise 223.5.
A3, counterclockwise 2.
And 23.5 for your MTL, and of course there are 4 bolts, and you can expect 12 turns.
Okay, A6, counterclockwise 2. I'm sorry, A3, counterclockwise 2.
That's correct.
And 23.5. That's going to work. Not goofing off up here, Mark. I'm just trying to get the right view and good lighting on these.
Understand completely. I think these are very important photographs for future missions.
Yeah, that's a couple of them are a little dark because of the shadows, but sun's behind me right now, and you got to look right at it to get a view into it. So however you look at it, it's only going to be shadowed.
Well, take as much time as you need in case it does improve.
I've got a really good shot of the starboard array farthest forward, port forward latch not in. I got a great shot of that. So, yeah, they look the same on both sides. The first picture I took was of that corner. The second picture I took was of the port array, the starboard, the port array with the port aft latch also. And the third picture I took was the other side of. I'm going to try it around too. But I know what I can draw a picture. Copy. Both sides look the same. It's not like one of them is out of adjustment and the other one isn't. They're both the same on both sides.
Okay, copy.
Okay, Mark, I've trim stowed the antenna back with one screws, but it's now split down. The way Joe described it.
Yes, I remember that very well, and it's going to be stowed in that position.
That's the stowage position.
Copy, excellent.
Endeavor Houston for IV, Mark.
Go ahead, Janet.
We're planning on reactivating the early comm antennas. We'd just like for you to advise Joe and Carlos to stay out of that area. We don't see them getting in that area, but just, heads up to stay out of there.
Copy, we'll pass that on.
Thanks.
Joe and Carlos, did you copy?
Yeah, I did. Copy.
Another thing I noticed here, one of these big double-aught gauge cables opened up your TA clamp, probably during a rotation.
Is that right?
No, it doesn't rotate. No, it's okay. All right, well, I've kind of put it out of the way over and tucked it behind lift 40 so it doesn't go against that TA clamp and doesn't change the curvature of the cable much, Mark, and I don't think anybody's going to be upset about that. Okay, copy. Carlos, since you've developed the expertise with those RTDs, how do you feel about doing the starboard RTD?
Oh, I get that one. Joe said he wanted to try maps today.
Okay, all right. Everybody's got to get a little bit of that action.
Yeah, my baby.
Okay, then there's
location?
still one other WIS antenna, which is on Z1, of course.
How about go ahead?
And there's bringing back those APFRs and sortie cleanup.
Okay, how about if I start picking up the PFR now then?
Copy.
Okay, I'm by E6, was it 31?
Affirmative.
Where does this one go?
It's going to go to Z10, Z110.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me the settings for that over there?
Okay. Are you there now?
Yes.
It's Sierra, Sierra, Delta 1.
Sierra, Sierra, Delta 1, okay?
Good copy.
Watching live television from a camera mounted on the spacesuit helmet of astronaut Carlos Noriega as he removes a articulating portable foot restraint, foot platform that the crew had been using at the top of the station to move it back to a stowed location.
NBL, don't they?
Aren't those guys great, though?
Couldn't do without them.
Yeah.
Noriega is complimenting his training team in the 6 million gallon swimming pool here in Houston, the primary facility used for training for spacewalks.
Kurt Carlton. Boeing.
Oh, yeah.
David Moore, Boeing. Rob Johnson, Army. Awesome guys. Help us get this payload ready to go.
Yeah.
How about the radio? Been awesome, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah, those guys are working a great job, yeah. Don't forget WGS.
WGS.
And all their people.
Yeah. All the USA folks have got our suits ready. Thank you very much. Mine's great.
Mine feels great, too.
Okay, just standing by for you to head on down, then I'll follow you in front of.
Okay, I'm rearranging this PFR right now, so it's probably going to be easier here.
We already talked about all the Tulsa folks, Matt Sheets and all the Tulsa folks who put this stuff together. Great job.
The station and shuttle 235 miles above the Southern Pacific now.
I reached one of my other goals, too, by the way. So,
What's that?
camera.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not there yet, but I didn't start anywhere near it.
Yeah.
As you did.
Yeah, that's start.
Noriega putting the foot platforms into their stowed positions to await use by future spacewalking crews.
Thanks to our crewmate.
Yep.
Got it, sir. recovery.
That guys have a nice camera C view.
Of course, there's a few people in mission control that Glenda and John.
Oh, yeah. I was saving
John Ray.
I was saving them for last. Yeah, John Hazley. I don't know what I can say about him. We spent how long? 3.5 years with that guy?
Yeah. They put up with me the whole time.
Wrote all our procedures, rewrote them, and rewrote them again last night. Thanks, John. Their task lead and then our front room person, Glenda. Those laws has been awesome. Capable of working 3 things at one time. Yeah, John Ray. Great team, huh?
Yeah. Tracy, who taught us all about the suit.
Tracy Joe, yeah.
Okay, Mark, I'm on my way to PSR.
Copy.
Crew cleaning up and doing some get-ahead tasks, tasks that would have had been performed on the next shuttle flight. One of those is installing RTDs, basically temperature sensors on the starboard early cooling system radiator that will be deployed once the U.S. lab has been attached to the station.
Yeah, I got a good visual on too.
Additional task will be to install some wireless instrumentation system, small cone-shaped antennas on portions of the station, that part of the system that sends...
Go call those neighbors. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Are you planning to pick up the air comes right now, Joe? Or are you going to come back up for them?
I think I'll probably just pick them up.
I guess I need to do a tether swap now.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, if we can, let's do the settings for the next location. This is the one without the thermal plate that needs to go on the Z102.
That's affirmative, and it's going to be Mike Golf 8.
Endeavor Houston for IV.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, we heard the guys starting to do a tether swap. We would like for them to bring in the 2 safety tethers that they were having a problem with. They can pick them up at their convenience.
Okay, Joe, we'll bring those back in rather than leaving them on the node slide wire.
And Endeavor Houston, Mark, while I'm talking to you, we'd also like the broken caddy brought in whenever they come in.
Yeah, we copy. Okay, I see a good triple tether, Mark. I don't know if you can see it. And I can. Okay. Verify the click is closed. I'm unlocking the orbiter rail. I'm transferring my waste tether. And I see that. Do I have a good double tether? You do. Okay, and I'll leave that here for Joe. That's a good plan. Actually, now that they're, I'll just leave it. I got the crew lock back to mess with still.
Oh, you think about bringing it in? Yourself?
Yeah. And from a timing point of view, Carlos, maybe after you've relocated your APFR, you could do that other WIS antenna. Okay.
Okay, Mark, this one goes to Z110, you said, right?
Goes to Z110.
It's on the fourth side.
And Carlos, maybe you could just tighten your BRT a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. What's a little tighter there? Okay, Mark, I have the tape here.
Copy, Joe.
Don't buy the radiator, but now it's deployed. It's not as big a deal.
And Joe, are you going to do the RTDs first or go to the safety tether swap?
I'll do the RTD, I think.
That sounds good.
It's right there.
It's a television view of astronaut Carlos Noriega as he descends the 90-foot tower above Endeavour's payload bay, moving equipment to put it away that the crew has used during their
Clocking of 3.
Clocking of 3, okay.
the crew has used during their 3 spacewalks performed this week.
This baby rotated out there just nice, didn't it? And we get done, come on back up here, Carlos. Put a little more torque on this bolt. All right. They put it to the 5 foot though. Really? Yeah, it's kind of loose. That's up. Maybe that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the setting was...
Okay, well, I rotated it around, and it's jammed in there a little bit better now. It's not going anywhere. It's okay. Okay, starboard radiator, RTD. Okay, black on black, full test, no gap.
Copy, Carlos. The other Z1 antenna is located on Z1 starboard forward nadir.
Like we're going to have some more cap-down tape souvenirs. Oh, yeah. What's that? Okay, I got both the RTDs removed, and the piece of tape that was holding the RTD itself down is still on. See, around the outline of the RTD is still on there, and that's no big deal. It might chip off eventually, but...
Okay, we copy, Joe.
The rest of it came off pretty nice. Rather than this stuff becoming debris, I'm going to take it off and put it in my trash bag. What's that? The Kapton tape. It's just coming off real easy. Oh, I took it all off yesterday. Oh, okay. Well, good. Then I'm in family. I'm getting there, Mark. It's a little tedious is all.
Yeah, I think it took Carlos quite a bit of time to bring that cable under control.
I'm peeling off all the tape is all.
No, copy.
Sure, it's hard to get those ERTs edge on a handhold. Yeah, they don't work as good that way. Okay, Mark, A3 counterclockwise to 23.5.
You got it.
And Endeavor Houston for Mark, IV.
Go ahead, Shannon.
You guys doing so well. We had one more thing that if you have time, we'd like for Carlos to do. From where he is, if he has time, if he could look at the X3 connector on PMA2, that is between pedals 2 and 3 on the Portinator, and just take a still or a video of that connector. You all did the RMS survey this morning, but the resolution wasn't all that good, and we thought since he's closer, we might get a better picture.